Yeah, we went and talked to Luka first, obviously, and he's really excited about it. No, I mean, Luka's words is he's really good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Around the Association. Now, Kyrie Irving requested a trade, and the brother is out of Brooklyn. Brooklyn Nets no longer have Kyrie. He's headed to the Dallas Mavericks. Yep, headed out there, out west, to team up with Luka Doncic in that Western Conference. Now, Mark Cuban actually made some statements about the trade. He seemed very excited. I had a couple questions about some of the things that he had to say. Take a listen here at what Mark Cuban had to say in regards to the trade.
We really needed the opportunity to get another player like Kyrie that's transcendental, would give us the best backcourt in the NBA.
Let me stop right here. This is the first thing that kind of jumped out. The best backcourt in the NBA. Listen, both of the brothers are very talented. I'm one. I still don't see Luka as a true point guard. That's just me, my opinion. I think we kind of are in an age where your best player handles the ball, and so by that sense, he's forced into the point guard role. But I don't think the Dallas Mavericks are best with Luka handling the ball. But that's just me, full time. So the whole best backcourt thing, we'll have to wait and see on that. All right, let's continue.
We have probably the best ball handler in Luka, and now we feel like we have the second best as well.
Okay, all right. I promise you I'm going to let it play longer, but he kind of said some things out of the gate that I had to challenge. Like, you feel like you have the first best ball handler in the league with Luka Doncic. That's wrong. Like, I just don't see it that way. I mean, taking nothing from him, the brother can play, but he's not the first best ball handler. And Kyrie, by a landslide, since he's been in the league, has been the best ball handler in the league. Now, if you want to start talking playmaker, yeah, there's a lot of better playmakers than Kyrie, but there's not one single ball handler. And there I challenge immediately. I mean, the only other person in history is maybe Isaiah Thomas. Them are like my top two ball handlers all time. Kyrie and Isaiah. So I don't know. I couldn't let that slide. All right, let's hear whatever. Let's hear Mark Cuban continue.
And that creates unique opportunities, puts a lot of pressure on the defense, allows us to rest Luka more when Kyrie's on the court and Luka is resting. So we think it's really going to be good for us.
Now, Mark Cuban was asked, with them both being so ball dominant, what actually does he see as far as both of them that like to make plays with the ball in their hand, either for themselves or their teammates? What does he see? Does he see them meshing well together? And this was what Mark had to say.
Oh, I mean, both of them just like to win. And so they'll hit the hot man, they'll move the ball. I don't think either one feels like, okay, I have to score all the time. And, I know with Luka, it's always been, go with the hot hand and let's just win. And Kyrie's the same way. I think, when he starts tomorrow, first game, even though Luka won't be playing, you'll see him just moving the ball and getting to the guy who can score, and it'll be fun to watch. And when we need to get a bucket, either if it's not Luka, it'll be Kyrie. If it's not Kyrie, it'll be Luka. Pick your poison.
So then, Mark Cuban was asked, did they consort with Luka regarding, trading for Kyrie Irving? Because obviously, Luka lost some teammates. Actually, Dorian Finney-Smith actually guarded the tougher perimeter players on the team, so they could rest Luka on the defensive end more. So, it had to be some level of discussion regarding that. with him and Mark Cuban, and this is what Mark had to say.
Yeah, we went and talked to Luka first, obviously, and he's really excited about it. No, I mean, Luka's words is he's really good.
So now with Mark Cuban adding Kyrie, to the Dallas Mavericks, this is the first time that actually Luka Doncic has had the opportunity to play with another All-Star. Ever since he's been in the league with Dallas, it's been mostly him. Mark Cuban tried to bring over Kristaps Porzingis to actually pair with Luka. It didn't seem like that union ever actually got off the ground. It was never really a serious threat, and Porzingis was never really close to reaching that all-star level, being that Robin to Luka's Batman. But now you have Kyrie Irving, someone that actually has more playoff pedigree, NBA champion, hit the go-ahead basket to win the NBA Finals for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he's got things where he can actually speak to Luka, who is clearly the leader of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, he's their foundational piece. But Kyrie is someone that has a voice that can speak to Luka, and Luka, it would behoove him to listen to some degree as regards to basketball, to some of the things Kyrie Irving would have to say about this is what this team needs, this is what we need to do in order to be our best selves. And so that's where the conversation kind of shifted, where Mark Cuban was asked, okay, you have two all-stars, you have a bunch of role players around it, a bunch of bigs, pick and roll type guys. What does this team need now to actually make a push? Because if we look, we have the Denver Nuggets, the Memphis Grizzlies, who's taken a step back the last few weeks and lost a number of games. What are you looking at? What does this team need to actually make a run and a push this year? And this is what Mark had to say.
I think we're always trying to get better. I think one of the other things, as unfortunate as it is for Dorian to leave, it's really going to open up a lot of minutes for Josh Green. And we'll have the opportunity to put the ball in his hands more, because he's been really good at creating off the dribble, shooting the three. Defensively, he's literally been our best on-ball defender. And so I think part of the value in this is, freeing up some minutes for Josh. And so once, we'll talk to other teams, we'll see what's out there. But, adding Kyrie is no small piece.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see how this thing shakes out. Now, Kyrie had a clause actually within his contract, and this is the cold thing about it. I've heard that Kyrie got paid a $2 million bonus just for getting traded. Wow, that's a nice finesse game. Good gracious, if that's true, that is a very nice finesse game. You pick up $2 million on your way out the door bonus. The only way you can get it is if you get traded. Hey, I love that. Now, Mark Cuban said, that Kyrie has also been hitting him up in regards to his business sense, trying to get his business game up. And Mark is very known for actually talking to his players and actually bringing them on the back end, the backside of the business, so that they can do good business themselves. Take a listen to what Mark Cuban had to say in regards to that.
He was really excited. I mean, Kyrie's a talker. He's a smart kid. And so he was already asking all kinds of questions, asking me business questions. So I was having fun with it. And so I'm really excited to get to know him better.
Now, Mark also said, hey, he's looking to not just make this a flash in the pan moment. If things work out well with Kyrie, he's looking to keep him on long term.
I hope so. That's the whole idea, right? The longer you can keep a great team together, the better it is.
So let me know what you guys think, man. How's this thing going to shake out? Now, I think Luka's out for Kyrie's first game in the Dallas uniform, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, Luka's going to have to understand he cannot dominate the ball in the same way, because Kyrie Irving's not one of those players that's just going to stand in the corner waiting to get the ball. That's a formula that's going to go south pretty quick. So Luka is going to have an adjustment period where he actually gives the ball up early in the shot clock and then remains a threat. He can't just go somewhere and stand. So I've been saying it for years. I think Luka would be a much better player if he was just in some better shape. Let me know what you guys think, man. Just hit that notification bell. Please subscribe and hit the like button. I'm holler at you next time. Peace.